the literal only thing that matters today. I know you guys want me to do a super over the top, oh my god reaction to the ban list, but no. I don't do those. It's not my thing. I don't think they're legit, so we're gonna keep it 100 on this. I've seen the list. You guys already know. No matter what's on the list, all that matters is this. They finally brought it back, and that is literally all that matters to me, but we will give you guys my opinion because this list is actually crazy. All the players are in Guadalajara, I think it is right now. I can't even imagine how you're feeling, like literally playing an event and then realizing, oh shit, there's a new list, and guess what? There's a YCS next weekend. I won't be there because I'll be getting married, so that's a fun fact. The fact that they're dropping this, and it's actually effective from April 15th, so that is in, what is today? That is in 2 days. And then you have to learn a new deck because they basically just savaged everything. It's kind of crazy, but we'll get into it. Short and sweet and to the point. I got it pulled up here. Like I said, already saw it. All I care about is Colossus, but the Forbidden cards, they actually went ham. I actually thought this was a joke because I didn't expect them to hit so many extra deck monsters, but they hit Linkuriboh, Barone, and Savage Dragon. That's like actually crazy. That literally is all pure Snake Eyes, like their combo, like their end board was literally, I remember playing against it at Vegas and it was like, you know, start off going to Linkuriboh. You don't have that option anymore. I think now you have to play All Mirage. I want to say you have to play All Mirage. I'm not sure if it's All Mirage or Anima. I'm not sure which one you have to play now, but you have to play one of the less impactful Link ones, so not as good. I mean, I guess All Mirage being a fire might do something, but I really don't think so. Linkuriboh was really like the bread and butter for this deck, so I never thought I'd actually see them hit Linkuriboh, but they did. But it's funny, people called that a while ago, so pretty nuts. Baronne de Fleur, I like that card. Like, it's an Omni Negate though, so they actually are doing away with 2 Omni Negates in Baronne de Fleur and Savage Dragon, which is actually crazy because that was like the end board. That was how you like literally get in there, and it's crazy. Like, that was their end board. Like, it's nuts. I'm like looking and I'm like, I don't even own a Linkuriboh. I just have like Johnny's Field Center that I stole a long time ago. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could still play Linkuriboh. It's just gonna have to literally be a Field Center card, so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, they hit the Omni Negates. I did not see that coming. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. I know Barone is like one of the most generic 10s, and it's an Omni Negate, so that's pretty crazy. Hitting Savage Dragon is crazy too, because they in a turn hit Dragon Link too. Like, that's what Dragon Link was doing, so crazy. And then they got rid of Summon Limit. They just flat out banned it. There was no limited to 1. They literally just banned it, so that floodgate is gone. So yeah, those days are done. I know the rest of the list. I know they hit Anti-Spell, I think, to 1, so pretty crazy. For the Forbidden, I think they knocked it out of the park. I know there should have been other stuff. We'll make more content on that later. Post-wedding and all that, we'll talk about all of that. Johnny and I will probably make some kind of like tier list or something when he gets here, so we'll figure out something. But yeah, Summon Limit going, completely fine with that. It was a very unfair floodgate. I played it before, played against it. It is not a fun card. Definitely needed to go. I'm surprised it actually got banned though, considering I think we really thought it was going to go to 1 like all the other floods, but I guess they just kind of had enough of it. They were like, yeah, 2 summons still counts. Like, yeah, it's a wrap. So those are the Forbidden 4 Forbidden cards. The limited is pretty crazy. They brought back Protos. Didn't see that coming. I'm trying to think if that is still if that card is still crazy, because that would mean Sword Soul. That's what Sword Soul was doing. They were playing Protos. I just remember Sword Soul playing Protos, and I'm wondering if they'll do that again. So that's pretty crazy. They brought back Tidal. We already called that. That was already just like the Dragon Rulers don't do anything. They just don't. They're like level 7 extenders. That's basically it. You can't even play Galaxy Tomahawk, so you don't really have that kind of option. I mean, I guess you can try to do something nifty with the Dragon Rulers. I guess throw it in a water deck or something. So I mean, it's cool for that. We've been wanting Tidal back for a while. All the Dragon Rulers are back at 1, so yeah, no big deal. But like, I'm not gonna like scream because it's just not me, but when I saw this was all that mattered. Everyone was like, it's back at 1. Does it mean the deck is broken? Absolutely freaking not. But you best to believe, you know what, y'all just need to know, like, I took it out of the binder, but it has been in here forever. Like, all my Thunder cards are like in here, if I can even show this right. Like, literally, I have been waiting with bated breath to play again, and you best to believe we're gonna find a way to make this work. It may not be in the pure deck, it may be part of a combo deck, but Colossus is back, and that is literally all that matters. All the cards from back from toss-up format is just crazy, so I'm just super happy with that. They actually brought back Kieran, which is something we had thought they were going to do a long time ago, like because of like the new support, how it directly ties into Kieran. So it's confusing that it didn't happen, but now it is. So kind of makes sense. These last two, I mean, Anti-Spell to 1 is fine. I think they should have banned it too. 1 is fine, though. We called it on our prediction. So I'm fine with just 1. It is a sacky one of, though. Like, best to believe it is a sacky ass one of, and is not going to feel good if the opponent has it. Just saying. Chicken Game is something that I guess I forgot about. I played Chicken Game years ago. I played it in Domain Monarch. I played it in Extra Deck Monarch. I know we played Chicken Game in like some generic, degenerate decks too, like just to like draw a card and then like just protect from damage and stuff. It's pretty crazy. I don't think that card is as impactful as it was before, so I guess at 1 it's honestly fine. I don't think it's going to be game breaking, so I'm perfectly fine with Chicken Game back to 1, unless I'm missing something, unless there's just like some ridiculous wombo combo FTK that can utilize Chicken Game, like maybe Gimmick Puppet, but I really don't actually know if that makes a difference. So limited is pretty crazy. Again, all that literally matters, but everything else is just a plus at this point. Like I got what I wanted. Like I literally got what I wanted. It's like I got a wedding gift early. I got Colossus back to 1. That's crazy. Semi-limited, Armageddon Knight to 2. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to think what deck even plays Armageddon Knight. I actually cannot think of a deck that plays Armageddon Knight. And then Pearly Delicious Memory, I mean, the cats are going to come back. Like, I mean, what else is there to say? Like, Purely, it kind of went down in playing, this format, but maybe it'll go back up. Pretty crazy. Purely is a interesting deck. It's a deck that, like, you really just don't have to know how to pilot it to really see success. So, honestly, with Delicious Memory to 2, I mean, they're getting their stuff back, so nothing to sleep on. But that's it for the semi-limit. I'm glad they didn't put too many cards there, because honestly, it would just look weird. So at least they just kind of put some random ones. I'm still confused on Armageddon Knight, though, and that's going to be a weird one. And then Unlimited, Malicious to 3. I didn't actually think that would happen. That's just... I thought it was going to be at 2 forever, but now it's actually legit back at 3. Like, that's crazy. I mean, this card has gone everywhere on the ban list. Everywhere. Over the years. This card has been around for eons and literally has gone everywhere on the ban list. So that's pretty crazy. Orcus Harpour back to 3. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Sorry, Orcus players. I mean, I guess you'll have more consistency, I guess, seeing it. So I guess that's good. Does that make a big difference? I mean, I'm not an Orcus player. You already know. You already know what deck we played in that format, thank you. So yeah, so maybe we'll see. Maybe Harpour does something, I have no clue. Terratop, we called it. Card is doing nothing. It's not as broken as it was before, so Terratop to 3, perfectly fine. This last one, though, you know what? You already know, Engage versus Colossus, the wars are going to happen again, because that's literally what this format was. If you played this deck, you were just gunning to have multiple of these on the field against a hand of multiple Engage, and we only got 1, but we're going to have to figure it out. But Engage back to 3 is pretty crazy. I know a lot of players actually called for this. Sky Striker isn't in a very different spot than it was years ago, but you best to believe people are going to find ways to make that engine work in other decks. I think that's what's going to happen to the Striker engine. It will be thrown into other decks, maybe to utilize some cards that were lost, and that'll be really what it is. But that is the whole list. I think it's pretty damn good. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and tell the truth. I think it's pretty damn good. Of course, it didn't hit all the things. Shifter is still around. Kit didn't come to 1. Sorry, Gary. Like, there's all those things players call for all the time. They did address some floodgates in a sense. At least Summon Limit is gone. Anti-Spell to 1, I'm not a fan of, though. I'll be honest, that's like the only thing that's gonna suck, because it is literally that sacky one of that if they have it at the right time. I mean, you can do some pretty nifty things, like send it to the graveyard and reset it with Griffin. So there are some pretty crazy things you can do with just having the one of floodgate. So it'd be interesting to see. I'll probably do more in-depth analysis later on, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the list. Like I said, I got what I wanted. So I really just, everything else was literally icing on the cake, like cherry on top. So me and Colossus are going into the lab because it's time. It's time to actually bust these bad boys out and figure out something. So I don't know. I'll probably be talking to some Thunder Dragon players, because me and brother Jerry, I know for sure, are going to find a way to play this deck. Even if this deck is tier 4 or whatever you want to call it at this point. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's something to be said with Thunder now, especially with Colossus back in it. Like, there's no snow, there's no craziness like that, but dangers are still around. The Thunder cards are still around. There's definitely something we can do. So it'll be interesting to see how we address it going forward. But that's all I got for today, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. I think the list is great. Not gonna do some crazy reaction, not gonna scream, not gonna shout. No, that's not gonna happen. I know everyone's sending me stuff about the ban list right now as it is, so pretty crazy, but hopefully everyone enjoys, and I will see you guys in the next video.